Okay, hope it works. Yep, it's on. Let us continue. Void ship bridge. I don't remember exactly what we were doing. Well, I will check. Okay, for some reason I am here. And why I am here. Hmm. Become a god to your subjects? Future champion of chaos needs followers. There is only one way to prove the rogue trader's might to his servants, by committing acts against mortals and in the name of chaos. Okay. Kiavagama Dargonus. Critical tasks. Void bridge. One of the ship's fuel levers is in a poor state. Inspect it and diagnose the problem. Ship's fuel lever. Fuel. Jesus, God makes me angry sometimes. Where I can check on those levers.
The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all.
Strange messages have been appearing in the ship's log. What do you know about this error?
This statement is true. Algorithmic violations have been recorded, as a result of which I twice performed an offering to the cogitators of corrective data vows and ruled out the possibility of sabotage. I hypothesize that the violation is a consequence of the discontent of the ship's machine spirits. I recommend a procedure of placation of the honored spirits for the glory of the Omniscient and the steel angels sent by him.
Okay.
May your labors...
Cool stuff, dude. Cool stuff. The person you saved from the Electro Priest Monastery, the servant of the Omniscient who calls himself Abel Hanuman, not Human, is starting intently at the Cogitator's vid screen. Wires connect the sacred computing machine to augmentics inside the prayerfully bowed heads of murmuring servitors. Abel looks up to you after a lengthy silence. He looks away and says stiffly, "The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all." I must take my leave right now. So I have to find this broken lever. Where is it? and Master Helmsman Reward. My attention that the fuel level on the bridge may be defective. Can you not be trusted to carry out your duties without my personal Remind me who are you? You are Voidborn. Do you know anything about the ship named Fairy Reckoning? Revor winces as if in pain. I've heard the name, that much I am sure of, but I can't recall the details. I wonder if it was part of that operation that the late Mort was put in charge of. If it was, then there's nothing I can tell you, Lord Captain. The whole thing was kept under wraps. Your best chance would be to ask a high factotum. Maybe some of his treasury records have mention of this Fairy Reckoning. Okay, this is the only way I can tell him that. Okay. The officer's furrowed eyebrows draw even closer together. He sparks slowly, carefully picking his words. I most definitely can, Lord Captain. The technomats will inspect the equipment immediately. I will also deal with those in charge without delay. Okay. Technomats sent by Revor have failed to resolve the issue. The rogue trader will have to inspect the lever himself. Where is this lever? The lever on the bridge. Henrik. No. Where is this lever? Retard for use, Volksmaster. You could at least tell me what it is. Why does the song changes? Breach tackling. Everything is under control. No, it's not. The lever on the bridge is broken. And I don't know where it is. Stop doing this. Hello, Liliad. Things started happening during the first voyage with you on board. The crew are whispering that you may be reason. The reason is that true. Buzz with rumors about Xenos ravaging the sector. Allow me to ask a few questions. Why did you agree to join me? I must take my leave. Activate the control panel. Full system analysis, progress, status, diagnosing, result. No failures detected. System operational. Pardon me? That was the... Vox system is in need of thorough calibration. Meet with the Vox Master on the bridge to discuss the matter. Oh, great. Where is the Vox Master? Hello, Big this. Lord Captain, the ship informed me of our imminent meeting. My personal log states that the ship's Vox system is malfunctioning. Can you explain? Lord Captain, the Vox Master is caught off guard by your question. It takes her a moment to find her words. The Vox system is functioning as expected, and no communication problems have been reported by any of the crew. Please allow me to check the system's calibration settings in your presence to alleviate any concerns you may have about its performance. The Vox Master's thin fingers dart between hundreds of wires and cables on the control panel. Flipping switches and turning dials, she issues commands and methodically checks the lines of communication with the crew on every deck, at last accompanied by the sound of static, the crackling of the Vox, and the flickering of signaling lights. The dance of her hands concludes. All finished, Lord Captain, no issues detected. The system is working as expected. She studies your face as she awaits your response. Thank you for your service, Lord Captain. Okay, so what now? Twin system is of particular interest to the Rock Trader. Forgotten Twins. Okay. Forgotten Twins. Okay, let's repair hull. I don't have anything to upgrade. Nothing to for development. No, not good. Yes. The stuff with the interstellar voyage should be in the middle of the screen, in here, not here. Okay. Nothing to do here. I have to go Windows New System or Eldari Survivors, Heinrichs to Kiavagama. Within rumored proximity, Calamity on Industrial World. This is an uncharted system. Deal with the disrupted shipments from Kiavagama. Where are those Forgotten Twins? Visit the Forgotten Twins star system, save on Eldari Survivors. Deadly. Well, this is dangerous. This is deadly. So everything that is special saw required by exploring the Corona's expanse, by scanning new system anomalies, or participating in non-combat space events. You know what? I will go here. Focus camera on the Emperor. Can I? I cannot use it? Why? What? I don't know how to move. Giving reports of malfunctioning among the various ship systems. This time we are dealing with inexplicable temperature. Inexplicable temperature Fluctuations. Thermal control failures were observed not only on individual compartments but even in the soldiers' protective equipment. Several crew members have suffered from burns and frostbites. The tech priests are performing the rites of machine spirit pacification and remain convinced that the issue were caused by the spirits of obstinacy and defiance. The reports claim the incident remained well within the scope of expected performance parameters. Over the last few days, complaints about the malfunctioning thermal controls have dwindled, but the crew members have started whispering that our vessel is haunted. The tech priest's assurance that only the machine spirit's tempers are to blame are doing nothing to dissuade these ridiculous rumors. And again, I'm on the void ship. Let's speak with Hunemans. Or Hennemans or Hanemans, whatever. Oh yeah, let's take a bath. That's cool. I wonder what happened. Sourback, how could you have let this happen? An assassination attempt upon the rogue trader in his own chambers, right under the noses of your enforcers. A fierce growl rumbles deep in Abelard's throat. The Master-at-Arms radiates green fury. Her eyes are dark, her lips pursed. With a practiced hand. Practiced hand? She removes the maul from her belt and offers it to you. An unforgivable error. I accept full responsibility and ask for due punishment. Not vain self-castigement. Put that weapon away to report. Hesitates for a moment before putting them all away. Understood, Lord Captain. All adjacent decks have been isolated. We have begun our search for the culprit and have set up an investigation headquarters on the officer's deck. The substance has been analyzed and confirmed to be blood containing traces of major mutations. While it poses no risk to of infection to your lordship, the very presence of such genetic aberration on board is a serious threat to the safety of the ship and must be addressed promptly. Once word of this gets out, many among the crew will surely see it as a brazen challenge to your status as a rogue trader. What genetic aberrations? The heresy of mutation. Mutants are vicious beasts who saw only ruin and death. They are devoid of all humanity, and the vile blood that turns through their veins feeds their unclean thoughts and urges. Numerous accounts speak of entire colonies falling prey to bloody uprisings staged by these creatures, all because the governors were too squeamish to order genetic purges. You don't say. I wonder why somebody we don't consider human and exterminate by the thousands would think to revolt. What a crazy mystery. Alas, the Imperium's enemies are not limited only to those outside in borders. Mutants can become a considerable threat, especially when given the chance to organize. The heretics have revealed themselves and are eager to fight. then fight we shall. Let the vessel be purged of the filth. Could this have been an assassination attempt? Then they would have filled the bath with acid or poison instead. There are easier ways to kill someone than drowning them in blood, as foul as the blood may be. I beg to differ. Were something of this sort of happened to me, my heart would surely stop. What do you intend to do next? As one, every enforcer present gets on their knees. Lord Captain, this incident has cast a shadow on our honor. We only ask for one thing, a chance to absolve over ourselves of our guilt. Allow me to head to the officer's deck at once so that I may lead the investigation personally. Lord Captain, on the previous occasion, it was your intervention that resolved the matter that my own rigidity had only succeeded in making worse. With all due respect to Mistress Sourback, perhaps she would benefit from your fresh perspective. Seneschal, do you think so little of me that you would rob me of a chance of defend my honor? I will handle the investigation myself. If they wish to challenge me, then I shall make matters into my own hands. Master at Arms in action. I will preside over the investigation. Of course, Lord Captain, I will arrange for an area befitting your status to be prepared on the officer's deck. Well, observe the investigation. The Rogue Trader has seen fit to observe his enforcers at work and grace the investigation with his presence on the officer's deck. Yeah. Somebody tried to drown me. Officer's deck. Hmm. Sourback barks at the officers gathered before you. His lordship, the Rogue Trader, has seen fit to honor us with his presence in order to monitor the course of the investigation. You are expected to perform your duties immaculately and report your very step to me. Should any of your actions bring shame to the enforcers, you will answer to me personally. Lord Captain, the 3 officers before you have been tasked with conducting the investigation. The first, Captain Klein, is a veteran with a record of quelled uprising of mutant abominations in the colonies. Captain Ginevri is young, but she has already preempted several mutinies among the ship's rabble. Lastly, there is Captain Wh40k. His interrogation skills deserve credit, and he knows how to instill fear and respect firmly in the minds of the riffraff. You notice the enforcers exchange a few astounded glances and throw their shoulders back. Apparently, they are not used to standing so close to figures as renowned as you. After carefully assessing the officers' bearing and their uniforms, Abelard nods with satisfaction. Their drilling is good, their service records are excellent. Let's see how they perform in the field. I cannot help but notice all the looks of awe. Is my presence going to distract you from your duties? What are your findings thus far? We have discovered a worker's corpse, mutilated and desiccated. We are still looking into the man's identity and position, but the surgeon's report has confirmed that among all the blood that was pumped into your bath chamber, the blood-carrying mutations was indeed his. he got a lot of blood. The workers from the nearby decks have all been checked for genetic aberrations, but the mutations identified are all within the norm for laboring masses. They are being rounded up for interrogation as we speak. Juliet frowns as she surveys the deck. So much noise and empty violence. I'm surprised you're able to find anything in this pandemonium of your own making. But notice all the looks of awe, even taking into account the neighboring decks only. That constitutes hundreds of people. How do you plan to question them all? Our interrogation techniques are broad and varied. However, nothing loosens the tongue like corporal punishment, beatings, mutilations, torture, public executions. Sourback almost purrs as she lists ways of making people suffer. Really, is being dogmatic is that bad? When combined with psychological pressure, such methods works wonders. A fine approach. It's inhumane. I order that you immediately cease using these barbaric methods. An unfortunate necessity. Let us return to other matters. Indeed, Lord Captain, most unfortunate, says the Master at Arms, bloodthirsty smirks stealing across her face. Do you have any working theories? The mutants are plotting, Klein spits in disgust. They've been breeding like void rats, so they are getting cocky. Must have wanted to infect your lordship with the plague. It wasn't an attempt on Lord Captain's life. It was a threat. The rabble are planning a revolt, so they are trying to terrorize us. Soon you will drown in blood. Insurgents pride themselves on such metaphors. Meanwhile, Captain Wh40k is convinced that it was the work of Wojtvir's surviving cultists. However, I believe this to be a warning rather than a threat. What we need to establish is who is trying to warn us and of what. What do you propose we investigate first? The body. Once we have ascertained the dead man's identity, we'll be able to locate his associates and narrow down the number of suspects. Captain Klein is in charge of examining the corpse. Yes, your lordship, I am almost done with my report. As soon as it's ready, I'll deliver it to you. Then let us begin. While we wait for Klein to report back, please enjoy the refreshments that have been prepared for you, Lord Captain. Okay. A pair of enforcers with battered faces is escorting Infernus Master Heinrich Montag. His lips is busted, his knuckles are grazed and covered with blood. And there is a chewed up IO stick between his teeth. What? One of the enforcers drones nasally. We apprehended him while he was trying to break through the tamed rabble. Got into a scuffle. We barely managed to restrain the troublemaker. He demanded an audience with you, Mistress Sourback. The Master at Arms nods, and the enforcers release their prisoner. Heinrich adjusts his clothes and approaches confidently. What do your enforcers think they're doing, Jocasta? Why are you assaulting my people, denying them water like they are criminals? You've got teenagers and elderly folks here. They're all just ordinary workers. They've done nothing wrong. No, Heinrich, what do you think you are doing? Attacking my people. Chastising me in front of the Lord Captain. Get out before I have you charged. Heinrich looks up at you. Lord, your lordship, I ask you please to protect your servants from this abuse. I will not have you disrupt the course of this investigation. Cease the beatings immediately. Those people are to be provided rations and water. Have patience, Enric. As soon as the culprit is found, your people will be released. Raises his chin proudly. In that case, I request permission to join my family. So be it. Let him see his family.